Welcome back to Hero Story of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and here we are on the final level of Hero Story, Final Rush. I actually really like this stage a good bit. There's a good number of paths that you could possibly take in this one. And you can also, when you leap off of those parts there, with the green parts there, you can jump off and do tricks for some extra points there. And like I said about multiple paths, you could have taken that purple rail to go that way, or you could take the route that I'm taking. Both paths will take you to the same part. That's one thing I really like about this level, is that you can play through it multiple times and have a different experience every time. There are some paths though where you basically have to, where you're basically forced to basically go through a certain path. But like there's a shortcut up here that I believe, yeah, there's a shortcut that I missed. I'll make sure to show it in another one, because I am going to be doing these missions again for the other missions. So, but like I said, multiple paths. The main gimmick of this stage are the grind rails here. Unfortunately, this also means you have to be careful with your jumping, because if you miss the grind rail, that is basically a bottomless pit below Sonic, as he basically is going to burn up in the atmosphere. Now these here, you can jump off at, if you time the jump right, you can leap off at really high points there, like just before you hit the part that goes up there. This trick will come in handy in a little bit to help make some things shorter. And again, like you got the three paths here. The middle one is the one that'll take you to the next part, and is also one that'll take you to this higher point. There's another rail over there. I want to say it's the one on the right. I could be wrong on that. That takes you to a lower part of that, forcing you to backtrack, to trek a bit further. But yeah, Sonic. But yeah, as we saw in the. But I'm gonna doing all this time talking about the stage. I haven't even talked about the story here. Yeah, Sonic apparently was able to pull off a chaos control and basically use Shadow's technique to escape the exploding capsule, which unfortunately really isn't much of a surprise anymore if future Sonic games are taken into account. Silver. But at the time, it was really It was pretty impressive how Sonic was able to pull off a chaos control, though. But even with a fake emerald. But and so in the meantime, in this hero story, Tails has beaten Eggman. So, but it's not over yet. That cannon's still gonna fire. So that's where Sonic's going to next. Okay, this part here again. You got two possible rails here. Check and make sure there's nothing over here. I'm gonna take this orange rail here for an easier jump, to try to jump off, so I can do something here and leap up over here and over this platform here. This is not required if you're just following the main story. But I'm gonna go for the upgrade in this level, which you only get by taking this path here. If you're going for all the missions, this is required. This is the last upgrade. The Mystic Melody. What does this do? Press the B button by these little shrines here. It'll make something happen. It'll sometimes cause rings to appear, something else to appear, like a spring maybe, or platforms, or even like a warp portal. And actually, I'm wrong that this isn't the last ability in the game, but we couldn't get it in the main story. But the Mystic Melody is required for if you want to 100% this game and go for every single mission. And the reason I didn't light dash over there was because I didn't trust the light dash with the magnetic barrier I've got here. I've had it mess up on me more times than I care to count. But we're almost done with this level, actually. And then we'll be able to finish up the hero story and foil Dr. Eggman's plans once again. I mean, Sonic has been doing this for how long now? At least how long by this point in the game? Well, in the series. Well, take the middle path. I'm trying to bounce and straighten myself up, but it's not working. And you're basically treated to this little segment here. You could just run down, but for speed's sake, I'm going to spin dash. But you can just run down that, and that stuff will just fall down, and it won't be a problem. But that is Final Rush. I actually really like that stage a good bit, especially more so than Crazy Gadget. And of course,
that was cool.
Gotta finish off the hero story with an A rank on the final stage. That's the way to do it, Sonic.
You never cease to surprise me, Blue Hedgehog. I thought that capsule you were in exploded in space.
You know, what can I say? I die hard. You actually saved me, you know.
It was a Chaos Emerald, wasn't it? But there's no way you could have activated the Chaos Control using an emerald that's fake. So, there's more to you than just looking like me. What are you, anyway?
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
I see. But you know, I can't let you live. Your adventuring days are coming to an end.
That is one of my favorite scenes in the story mode.
Before this is over, I'll show you the true power of chaos.
And here is the final boss fight of Hero's Story. Sonic and Shadow are both running along this path here. My main strategy is just to spin dash into him. Usually he's not going to dodge it until later on in the fight. In fact, let's get him again and... Wait, what? Actually, that's strange. He usually doesn't jump until next hit. So I guess he's wising up a bit sooner this time. Like sometimes it takes 2 hits before he'll do that. Sometimes it takes 3 hits. When he does that though, delay until he uses that special attack and then let loose a spin dash. The spin dash will easily dodge it. And oh, I actually hit him that time. I thought I was gonna miss again because he was dodging him before and I did it too soon. But honestly, this fight isn't that hard though. And the platforms are falling behind you, so you do want to keep the speed up. Very fitting for a final fight between 2 super fast hedgehogs.
Game over, Shadow.
And with that, Sonic has finally beaten his doppelganger.
Sonic, I did it!
Awesome job, Tails.
Sonic!
Look outside.
And with that, the hero story of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle comes to an end. The day is saved, the world is saved, the Eclipse Cannon is destroyed, and Dr. Eggman's plans are foiled once again. I gotta tell you, this was like one of my... Like, I didn't grow up with the Genesis, sadly, so this was actually one of my earlier Sonic games, though. Not my first one, but... Because I had a Game Gear, and I had that, but I had some of the Sonic games on that, but... This was like my first... This was my first Sonic game on a console, and this does hold a lot of nostalgia value to me. And even though this game has problems that you wouldn't be able to get away with now, like the audio balancing issues between the dialogue and the music. Heck, even in that Sonic and Shadow scene, even the music was getting loud there, so we could barely hear Sonic and Shadow's pretty Pretty cool exchange, I must add. But as we're going through this, I should talk about, like, you can obviously see the little clips from the story mode going on, and I should probably talk a little bit about this song here. The song is called "It Doesn't." The song is called "It Doesn't Matter." It's like Sonic Adventure fans will remember this from the first Sonic Adventure as Sonic's theme song. However, this one is faster than the other ones though, and it's a bit more of the upbeat one, which I think is more fitting for Sonic, really, though, especially with his whole speed factor. Even though Sonic can be a pretty laid-back guy at times, so he's like I mean, he could be a pretty cool guy, but at the same time, he's always active. He wants to run around. He always wants to go on an adventure. So I feel like this version of "It Doesn't Matter" kind of fits Sonic better. That's my money. That's my money's worth, though. Like I mean, the Sonic Adventures version of "It Doesn't Matter" is a great song too. But but there really isn't a whole lot more to say, though. If y'all are coming in from the Dark Story, though, there is more after this. But I'm gonna show the scene that you get after you clear Hero Story first. On that, though, whether you're started with the Hero Story, next it will be go to the Dark Story one. If y'all finish both of them, stay tuned for the next part of that. So until then, True Blade Base here. See you guys next time. Oh yeah, I forgot, you also unlock these things after clearing the Hero Story for the first time. You be like a boss rush, that kind of thing, though. I'll cover those later.
Eggman steals the research from a military base located on an island to the south. The military's top-secret weapon, Shadow, sealed in the space colony Ark, the 7 Chaos Emerald. When all of the keys have been collected, world conquest will be at hand. Sonic Adventure 2, The Dark Side Story. Long live the Eggman Empire.